I want to talk about what's going on with Sussman, the Clinton campaign, and all that stuff.
Oof.
So we have this story from CNN, and it's from May 17th. Just something to kick things off. Prosecutors say Clinton campaign lawyer tried to manipulate the FBI with Trump-Russia tip at first Durham trial opens. So we've heard a lot about this, the trial of Sussman, Michael Sussman. Do you want to break down what this is all about? What's the elevator pitch on this story for people who aren't familiar with what's going on right now?
All right, let me give you the triangle. And the quick and dirty is it's all up for free at DurhamWatch.com on Fight with Cash. You could literally get everything I'm about to tell you. All the documents, so you can read them yourselves, all the transcripts, all the judicial pleadings and everything over at DurhamWatch.com. But here's the triangle, okay, right? Democratic Party under Hillary Clinton is running for president, and they're like, okay, we are going to do a couple of things. We are going to run 2 lines of effort to take out then candidate Trump. We are going to use the FBI to do it. We're going to use the media to do it. And then the Hillary Clinton is going to be the third piece of that triangle, their campaign. So the Steele dossier, we've talked about that in the show before. The hired help from overseas to filter in unverified information to the FBI knowingly lying to a federal court to surveil Donald Trump. And of course, the Hillary Clinton campaign funded that entire thing. We know that. We proved that in the Russiagate investigation. John Durham's next indictment after this one is the Danchenko case he's trying in the fall. Is the Christopher Steele source, the takedown of that line of effort 1. Line of effort 2 was the Hillary Clinton campaign on a parallel track running, let's just call it the Alpha Bank server deal, right? Because it's just easier to quantify as that. That's what Sussman's on trial for. Michael Sussman was one of the head lawyers for the Hillary Clinton campaign at this law firm, Perkins Coie, right? Hillary Clinton campaign paid them $50 to $100 million for services. They took that money and doled it out to people like Fusion GPS, Christopher Steele, and the Alpha Bank server. This parallel track, what are they doing on this? They said, okay, the Steele dossier route isn't enough. We need a backup. So they went out and hired this tech guy, Rodney Jaffe, okay? And basically said, we need you to go find a connection between Trump and Russia. And here's where we want you to do it. Get technical, get us computer details that show Trump Tower is connected to Russia through this bank, right?
So they're fabricating a narrative.
Literally. And what's come out in this trial is exactly that. The information was taken to the FBI, and the FBI said the next day they knew it was false. That's what the agents testified to during this case.
And so Russiagate should have stopped immediately.
Well, Russiagate should have stopped, but it didn't, because you had a couple of corrupt FBI cops, Comey, McCabe, Strzok, this Hyde guy, who were running the whole thing. But not only were they running it internally, they were running it with the media. What came out in this trial is all these guys at Michael Sussman, Fusion GPS, Hillary Clinton, they were all meeting with the media. They were sending Christopher Steele to meet with the media. They were sending Rodney Jaffe to meet with the media. Why? Circular reporting. The FBI is like, oh, look what CNN's publishing. Must be true. We have a source that says that. Here's the kicker of the whole thing. Both Christopher Steele and Rodney Jaffe, FBI sources. Yes. The entire time. And they both got fired. Why? For leaking to the media. But here's what the FBI did. They kept taking their intel to prosecute their case against Donald Trump once he became president. So it is the biggest criminal enterprise in U.S. history from my perspective as a former federal prosecutor. I'm probably biased because of Russiagate, living through that, running that investigation. But it's a story that needs to be told. And I think the only way, going to sort of the accountability portion, because you can run constitutional oversight in Congress, and we got 17 people fired, including Comey, and that's a start. What John Durham has done is basically mobilized this thing and said, okay, I'm going to take some people out with indictments.
So the Russia collusion narrative is false.
100%.